back to BLOCKTV. It's time now for Chain Breakers, where we bring on the disruptors to talk about how they're breaking through established industries. And today, the challenge of exchanges. While useful tools for allowing regular trading of cryptocurrencies, exchanges are fat targets for hackers and scammers looking to take advantage of unsuspecting users. Decentralized exchanges offer a solution to this near-decade-long problem, but so far have failed to take off. So we're joined now by Kadan Stedelman, CTO of Komodo, a company that claims to have the answer to the exchange problem. Kadan, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Absolute pleasure. So to kick things off, explain a little bit about Komodo, what it is you guys are doing and how it differs from other players in the market.
All right, so Komodo's beginning go back to 2014. We are like a smart chain platform built on a multi-chain architecture. What we do is providing different tools and technologies for so-called blockchain interoperability. So our initial vision was to connect all blockchains, the underlying architectures and channels, means bridging not just like protocols of the same nature, but also like different third, second generation protocols, like Bitcoin-based protocols to Ethereum chains, right? That's what we are doing. That's what we think we're strong in, and yeah.
All right, now can you tell me a little bit about the decentralized exchange you guys are working on at the moment?
So the decentralized exchange called Atomic DEX is basically our third generation DEX technology. We started developing this tech also back in 2014 when our lead dev and founder basically issued and executed the first fully automated cross-chain atomic swaps. So what Atomic DEX does is it basically provides the base layer for a DEX network that is a platform independent, protocol independent. So we provide blockchain interoperability, inter-exchange between protocols such as Ethereum, ERC tokens, and also all Bitcoin protocol-based cryptocurrencies.
Okay, and so for our viewers who don't necessarily understand the full inner workings and advantages of decentralized exchanges and where the strengths lie in that, what's the issue with the current industry, with the centralized exchanges we have now, and how is a solution like Komodo's new DEX going to help to facilitate change in the industry?
Okay, so centralized exchanges bring different difficulties. So I always like to start off with the security layer, the security perspective. If a centralized exchange falls victim to a hack, right, it's usually the case that the funds of many, if not all users are affected. While a decentralized exchange never brings this risk to the user because the user never has to transfer his or her funds to the exchange. So the control over the funds will always remain at the users, at the client side. I think this is like the most important aspect of a decentralized exchange, because this is also indirectly the result of the underlying technology of a decentralized exchange. So it's peer-to-peer, means that users are connected to each other. There is no centralized entity regulating, controlling, or even handling these transactions. And a centralized exchange also has like other difficulties. I mean, we see potential price manipulation taking place, fake volume through wash trading, all things that decentralized exchange could prevent to a certain degree. So that's also why we believe, since a decentralized exchange keeps the control 100% at the user side, is most likely the strongest argument for this new promising technology.
Certainly, it is a strong argument, but in the reality of the way the industries are playing out, decentralized exchanges have faced headwinds, we could say, in the sense of they haven't quite taken off industry-wide and achieved industry-wide adoption yet. Why do you think this is? Do you think it's just the technology or the user experience isn't there yet? Or do you think there's something more endemic about having a decentralized exchange that hasn't caught on with mainstream users?
Well, most decentralized exchange technologies aren't that old, right? We talk about like 1-2 years in development. Now, Atomic DEX, for example, like Komodo's own solution, dates back like around half a decade of development. And we just recently moved towards the second stage of our beta program. I think the reason is very simple, is that the technology wasn't as mature as many would expect it to be. But I believe by having this technology mature, right, and past these alpha and beta stages, we'll also see industry adoption and especially grow in volumes, in trades, in third-party adoption, in the sense that we'll see like multiple applications or maybe even centralized exchanges move to a hybrid technology layer where I definitely see centralized exchanges actually attaching their liquidity pools to a DEX. Right, and I think the reason the industry hasn't taken off yet is simply just the state of technology.
Mm-hmm. So in your mind, you see decentralized technology as the inevitable future of exchanges?
Yes, definitely. At least in a more hybrid form, right? I mean, in the beginning, we'll most likely see a coexistence between centralized and decentralized exchange technologies and protocols. But most likely over the years and over the time, and as this technology matures more and evolves to the next levels, we'll definitely see like a shift to decentralized technologies, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that Komodo is well set up in the space to be leaders in that field? I ask because we've got decentralized exchanges coming out in a range of different platforms now, from Binance to even just yesterday, John McAfee announced he's launching his own John McAfee Decentralized Exchange. What does Komodo offer in this instance that will set it apart from its competitors and give it that competitive edge?
Yeah, I do believe that Komodo is well ahead and has like a sort of head start compared to other projects. I mean, even Binance Academy gave credit to Komodo and to James JL777 Lee, our founder and core dev. Which basically, what we did is we issued and executed the first fully automated cross-chain atomic swaps. And our technology thus far is really matured and far. We're about to leave the beta program. We're like in the last stage of the beta program. Mm-hmm. If you compare it to other platforms, other technologies, right? I mean, I don't see these as like competitors. In the end, we're all like aiming for the same goal, for the same target. But I think we do have over a half decade of experience, knowledge in this technology sector. And we've not just provided like white papers and unproven claims, but we are providing an open source, liberal and free to use base tech layer, which is Atomic DEX, our DEX technology. And most importantly, it's not just like about experimental cross-chain swaps, etc. No, we've ported this technology to the mobile layer. Now, even to the web layer, right? 2 weeks ago, we executed the first cross-chain swaps in a pure web browser environment. And I believe that if you as a platform or as a project are able to offer this variety of different tools and technologies in this field, that you definitely have the chance to not just like provide this technology to your own users, but to turn it an industry-wide DEX standard. Mm-hmm. So we're in contact, in talks with various like protocols, GUIs, wallets, wallet providers, even DEX providers who are interested in adopting our technology, right? So I think yes, I think Atomic DEX definitely has the chance and good cards to be a big player in this field.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like you guys are well ahead of the industry curve, ready to keep going into the future, to see a lot of new technology and development coming out. Kenan Stedelman, CTO of Komodo, I want to thank you so much for breaking down a bit about this technology that you guys are working on, the importance of decentralized exchanges, security, insurance. All these things are critical to a developing ecosystem and industry. Kenan, thanks so much for being with us, and stay with us at blocktv.com for all the latest in news and information. I'm Asher Westrop Evans. Thanks for watching.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.